The 890 jump mission is one of the highest paying missions in Star Citizen. Not only that, but it also offers some great opportunity to loot a bunch of clothing items, armor, weapons, and you might even be able to steal a spaceship in the process. And it can be completed with just a starter ship and a gun.
Today's video is sponsored by SecretLab. We all strive for the best possible gaming experience, but the importance of a good quality chair is often underestimated. SecretLab produces some of the most comfortable and high quality gaming chairs you can get. So upgrade your Commander chair today and fly in style and comfort. Follow the link in the video description to their store, type in your height, your weight, and it will tell you which chairs fit you for the best possible seating experience.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna take you through step by step how you complete the 890 jump mission with basically the starter equipment that you get when you create a new account. First thing, make sure that you have the following items on you. You need a undersuit and a helmet so that we can go out and EVA, and you're going to need a loaded gun. Make sure you have as much ammo with it as you can. If you can't buy more ammo for it, but the single magazine should be enough. We're gonna get whatever ship you like. Literally any ship will do as long as it has a quantum drive, and we're going to be heading out towards Microtech. The cheaper the ship you choose, the better, because the ship is going to be lost in the process, as you will see, so we don't want to throw away a lot of time and money to recall or reclaim a big expensive ship. But once we arrive at Microtech, we're going to open up the contract manager. Here we're going to head down to general missions and under mercenary, and we're looking for the mission called Urgent Boarding Action in Progress. As you can see here, the mission did not spawn for me, so what I recommend you do is you head out to Port Tresla, dock up, relog out to the main menu and back in until you find a server where this mission is available. Once you find the mission, you can see that it pays out 45,000 Alpha UEC. We can add a little bit on top of that because there's some optional extra goals. So we're gonna go and we're gonna pick up this mission. While you're at it, also pick up the Call to Arms mission. That's gonna give you some extra credits every time we kill a bad guy, and there's gonna be quite a few bad guys that needs to be dealt with in this mission. It's a good idea to head over to the Accepted tab and just make sure that it's the right mission that is tracked. You should be able to see this marker that says traveled to the 890 jump. So get back in your ship and travel to the mission marker, and now you need to listen carefully because you need to do what I say very, very accurately. You are going to fly towards the mission marker, and as you get closer you will see two ships pop up. They might initially be white in color, at least the target marker. Keep flying towards them until just one of them turns red. The moment one of them turns red, you're gonna press and hold Y to get out of your seat, and you're gonna bail out. Get out of your ship as quickly as you can. Once you're out of your ship, EVA away from the ship, get some distance to it. I would say at least 100 meters to be safe. But yeah, get some distance to the ship and you will see the pirates are slowly approaching in on your ship and they will attack it. And eventually the ship is of course going to explode. Now you could be excused for thinking, well, we are a lot worse off than we were when we arrived here, and we are in a space suit, we have no armor, we have a gun, a single sidearm with a magazine, but that's it, and we are fighting two spaceships. How is that gonna work? Well, you see, while these pirates do carry a decent amount of firepower, they're also quite stupid. And that means when there are no targets, they're gonna sit still and they're gonna wait for their next target to show up. You're too small to show up on their scanner, and they don't lock the doors. So we're gonna EVA up to them, we're gonna jump on inside, run up to the front where you're gonna see the pilot sitting there in the pilot seat. We're gonna press 1 to pull out our handgun, and then we're gonna shoot the guy. You can try to shoot him in the head if you can get a good shot on him, but there's a good chance you're gonna hit the chair. So I found that it was often easier just to shoot him a bunch of times in the arm. It might take a few shots to kill him, but eventually you should be able to take him down. You can try to see if you can get a shot in the head. If you can, it's a lot easier, as it only takes like 4 shots to the face, but quite a few more. But eventually just keep shooting him. You know you hit him, you can see this blood splatter every time you hit him. When the guy dies, the seat is gonna lower, and that's our first kill of the day, and we can see here we also got awarded 500 Alpha UC for that kill. That is from the Call to Arms mission. We can loot the body, we can steal his armor, and if you like the helmet, well, drop your old one, since we don't really have anything else on us right now, so we can't carry it. But I like the helmet, so I'm gonna take that. Now there's another guy in this spaceship, and he's sitting back in the turret. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to get him out of the turret, but he can actually be useful because as soon as you take over the ship, he is actually gonna see whatever you see as hostile to him too. And that means that his friend, the other ship, is now hostile to him. So you can press G to activate the gimbals, which the ship does have, and then just basically dogfight this guy. They're not too difficult, and with just a slight amount of flying skill, you should be pretty straightforward taking this guy down. A few hints: try to keep below him, as he has a gunner on top as well, and you don't want that gunner to be able to shoot you. So if you can, try to stay below him as much as you can, and then just use the gimbals and both weapons. Remember, you have both primary and secondary trigger bound here, and just deal with the pirate. Once the pirate has been turned into a pile of space debris, you can turn around and we can now head toward the 890 jump, which is our main objective. Towards the rear of the ship, you will see on either side these doors. This is going to be where we're going to be entering the ship from. So park your newly acquired Cutlass Black close by and get out in EVA over. You might notice at the top of the screen that there are 15 hostiles that need to be cleared, and a number of them are already gone. That's because there's actually onboard security on the ship that is currently trying to deal with them. Often they may not be able to kill any one of them. Sometimes they will kill a few. This time they managed to kill actually quite a lot of them, 4 of them. That's quite good, fewer that we have to deal with. Once you get inside, notice that a timer will also appear below your hostile counter. That is because you need to go and find a device, a hacking device that needs to be disabled. It can be in multiple locations, it can be on the panels right next to the doors where you enter, so look at that first. But if you can't find anything there, make it into the main room. Pay close attention to the 2 stairs here, as hostiles can come down those stairs. To the left and to the right of you, you will find cabins. Go into the cabins, and just around the corner there will be a screen. And on that screen you can have a hacking device. Didn't get anyone here in the first one, so I keep checking for hostiles, as I don't want to get surprised. Move over to the next door, head on inside, and this time I was lucky, we can see the hacking device sitting there. You may not have it, it can spawn in different locations, but we're going to go ahead and onboard it. It's not important if you don't find it. It can also be in the cockpit, so that's a good place to check as well. But if you don't find it within the time frame, it doesn't matter. It's just a little bit extra cash when you're done. So don't worry about it if the time runs out. If you come across it, disable it. Once you're done, since we have limited ammo and there can be quite a few guys on the floor above us, what I recommend you do is you stay on this lower floor here. I rarely find that they go into the spa area, so I usually don't check that. I like to check the side doors here, just because, I don't know, sometimes I've seen people go in there. But if you go to the one on the right hand side, there will be a ladder. So just through the first door here, there will be a ladder, and that will take you down to the lower decks of the ship, and this is where I recommend you go. You should be able to hopefully go here without encountering any enemies. Now, on this lower deck, there will be a forward and a rear hangar compartment, and they will be full of hostiles. We only have a gun, and I only have 12 shots left, so I don't want to deal with those guys. You can actually see them there. I crouch down so they can't see me. But there's also often hostiles moving around the corridors of the ship, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a guy that's isolated and who is alone. So I'm just checking the battle bridge, check around, and basically if you see anyone in a white armor, do not shoot them. That is the ship's own security. If you see anyone in anything but a white armor, then fire at will. Aim for the head, as we do have limited ammo right now, and we want to make sure we can kill him with the ammo available. While searching through the ship, you will notice there's a lot of dead crew members. You can take their clothes if you want to, and eventually make it to the forward hangar. In this case, you will notice that the onboard security, you can see them there in the white armor, actually managed to clear out all the hostiles in this hangar. This is uncommon, so don't count on it. Basically, try to find a guy that runs around alone and kill him with your gun, and once you've done that, you can steal his gun, as you can see me do here with the guys killed by the onboard security. Press and hold R, you can stow up to 2 guns on your back. So I just began running around picking up weapons so that I had enough. Since we don't have any spare ammo, as soon as we empty the magazines in the guns, they're basically useless to us. After I looted a few weapons, I decided I need an upgrade to my armor, as these guys had a nice suit of medium armor. So I ditched the old armor that we found, and I upgrade to the new armor and steal off the dead guy here on the floor. So now we are suddenly in a much better position. We got a full suit of armor. There's actually a hostile that came into the hangar here for some reason. So I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot him. While you're in this hangar, at the front and the back of this hangar, there are turret accesses. It's also a good idea to go in and check those. I didn't do it here, but there are a door at the front and at the back center. Check there as well for potential hostiles, as there can be hostiles hiding in there. So with the forward hangar empty, I decided to make my way back, same way as I came, towards the rear hangar again. When I made it back to the rear hangar, I just checked the other corridor on the opposite side of the ship, because as I said, there could be hostiles moving around in here. As you saw, there was one that walked into the forward hangar. I think that's the guy that usually roams around. But I just didn't want to get surprised, so I began slowly shooting the guys in the hangar one at a time. There is glass panels you can see, and they cannot shoot through those glass panels. My gun almost ran out of ammo, so I just picked up the other one that I conveniently had put on my back. There's a guy running around over there. There's actually two of them down here, trying to save a bit of ammo here so that I don't run out. Kill the second guy, shoot the third, and he is gone too. And we're down to just 5 hostiles left, and there was spotted another one during the hangar trying to hide behind the glass panel. Don't ask why it works, but I don't think they can actually see through it. Peek around the glass panel and deal with him. So now I'm getting really low on ammo, but we have a hangar full of dead guys who dropped a lot of guns. So I'm just gonna take the guns that we had and drop those on the floor, replace them with some guns with some full magazines. On either side of this rear hangar, there's also engineering compartments. Check those, as there can be guys in here as well. And as I came back, I actually found another one of the guys that are roaming around who was going up the stairs. So we quickly ambush him from behind, and he decided to teleport up the stairs somehow. Don't ask why. But deal with him, and there's just 3 guys left. After I convinced myself there are no more hostiles on this deck, I made it to an elevator, trying to call the elevator. Sometimes the elevator won't work. I don't really know why, but sometimes it just doesn't work. If that's the case, that the elevators are broken and you can't get it to come down to you, then I recommend you just go back to the rear hangar and go back up the ladder where you came down. After we came up the ladder and we are back in the main hall where we arrived, we're going to go up one floor, carefully crouching down, and there we spot the last 3 guys hiding inside this sculpture. Again, use the glass panel to kind of, this is bulletproof, so use the glass panel to kind of give you some cover. I couldn't get a good solution on these guys from this angle here, since this seems to be hidden behind the actual structure itself. So I just moved around to the other side, and while they were aiming where they saw me last, deal with them from the back. These NPCs, as I said, they are pretty stupid, and it really depends on how well the server is performing at the time. But after I dealt with the last 3 hostile, mission is completed. We didn't manage to do the optional extra mission here. There can also, on this floor with the sculpture, there is a restaurant and a bar on this floor as well behind the door. There can also, and there often will be, hostiles in that area too. Another place that the hostiles can hide is sometimes when they're roaming around, they will accidentally go out the airlock and they'll be floating around space outside. So go outside and check as well. With the ship clear of hostiles, you are now free to go and basically pick up as many weapons as you can carry, whatever armor you feel like you like. You can even pick up some of the clothing from some of the crew members. If there are dead onboard security, you can take their armor too if you like the design of that one better. So once you've picked up as much as you can carry and you've got everything you want, it's time to make it back to our ship. Well, technically not our ship as we have stolen it, but make it back to the ship, I guess. From here we can now head back to Port Tesla or wherever you want to go, dock up, and mission is completed. Unfortunately, the game will not allow you to store the ship. And that also means that once you log out, the ship is going to disappear, as it is technically not your ship. It will disappear when you log out, but you can use the ship for the remainder of the play session if you want to. If you found this video interesting and you're considering picking up Star Citizen yourself, then you can create an account at getstarcitizen.d2ea.com. That means you get a little bit extra starting credit, meaning that you might actually be able to buy a suit of armor and gun before you go out and do this, making it a whole lot easier. Also, if you want more Star Citizen content, I would really appreciate if you would consider to go down and subscribe below. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.